Alright, it's time! Another week of ZTGD Radio. This is episode 767 for October 9th, 2023. And on the show this week, it's just me and the Wombat.
That's right. We might as well go ahead and knock out 768 while we're here, too.
Yeah, we'll just do two shows, two for one.
2 for 1, yep.
Oh, man. Could you imagine, like, recording? I think about that, like, embargoes. Like, what if you just recorded what I was playing? Like,
and then just held it?
Yeah, just held it. Like, let's just talk about Spider-Man for, like, 2 hours and then put it out then.
I'm sure there'd be some people that would be trying to data mine you to get that.
Yeah, don't put it on your server. Just keep it on your hard drive.
That's right.
Oh, Lord.
Hacks, and stealing people's information seem to be all the rage right now. So
yeah, get into my computer and find all that hidden top secret information that I have.
That's right. we can't even keep a Discord server running, let alone having anybody interested enough to hack us.
Yeah, I saw that conversation in the ZTGD Discord. I was like, oh shit, I forgot that was there.
Yeah, it's people are getting their money's worth, I guess.
Yeah, that free subscription to the.
Yeah.
Oh lordy! All right, well, do you have any games you want to talk about?
Oh man, well, I splurged on some Steam sales and some Green Man Gaming sales, and bought some more stuff for my deck, but not a whole lot of stuff that I've actually played yet, but a lot of fiddling, which, as you know, is a great pastime.
Oh man, I fiddled all weekend with my retro setup because I was trying to get 64DD to run.
Oh, okay.
It do not run.
It do not run.
It do not run in Batocera. I tried and I tried and I tried, and it just will not run.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't messed with 64DD at all, so.
Yeah, I was like, let's play some.
Maybe tells me not to waste my time.
Yeah, I was like, let's play some Doshin, and like, then no Doshin.
No Doshin for you.
Nope.
Well, I picked up. Let's see, what all did I pick up? I picked up Vampire Survivors on the Steam Deck because it, along with the 2 expansions, was like $5. And even though I already own it on Xbox, well, don't own it. I think it's on Game Pass, and then I have it on mobile, obviously, where it's free. But it plays exceptionally well on Steam Deck, so I played a decent amount of that over the weekend. That game is just excellent. It scratches a very specific itch for me, so that'll be a good one to play when I've got 5-10 minutes to where I don't want to get invested, or even just not even the time, just when I'm not in the mindset to get invested in one of the longer, bigger, more involved games I have. Mm-hmm. That's a good one to just kind of put on and turn my mind off for a little while.
Yeah.
And then speaking of longer, more involved games, I also picked up Red Dead 2 because that was on a pretty good sale. And I got it running at ultra textures. Most of the graphic settings are on medium. Some of them are on low. And I was getting between 35 and 40 frames. I've got my deck set to lock at 40 for that game. So I'm thinking about trying to see what it looks like if I lock it at 30, because that, number one, it would be more stable, and number two, as you know, that stuff doesn't bother me. I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 at 24 FPS, so
oh Lord,
locked, and it's not bad at all. I don't even notice.
You're preaching to the wrong person, because like I booted up Gotham Knights this weekend on my PC. I was like, well, if we're gonna play, I'm gonna see if I can get that 60 FPS, and like there was a little bit of screen tearing and drops down to 40. I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. I'm sure this, like, that's why I said about Red Dead at 30 is because it doesn't bother me to be like, the difference between 30 and 40 is imperceptible to me. So I might lock it at 30 and maybe see if I can boost the water textures or something a little bit and keep it at a steady 30. But and then what else did I get? I got Sleepy Dogs, because that was $3.
Sleepy Dogs.
And that game's excellent. And I've been wanting to go back and play it again because I never finished it. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to do that. I bought Mordhau as well, because I've heard good things about that, especially since I'm a fan of Chivalry. So I'm interested to try that. I got Warhammer Chaos Bane, which I played on Xbox and enjoyed, but never really went back to. So for $3, that'll give me an excuse to go back and play that. And then, I spent most of the rest of the time that I was on my deck playing Baldur's Gate, which that game is excellent. I continue to really enjoy it. I think it's the story is great so far, and it's one of those games where, a lot of games will say, oh, the choices in this game matter, but this is a game where it really genuinely feels like the choices matter. So to the point that it's some of them are a little bit stressful when you have to make a choice that definitely seems like it's going to have a pretty big impact. So I'm really digging that. And other than that, I played a lot of Spider-Man. I still haven't booted up Rise of the Triad. I need to boot that up. I haven't actually even turned my Xbox on in weeks. So at some point I need to boot that up and give it a try. But I've been trying to power through power through in my own way, which is get distracted a lot and do all the side stuff. But I've been trying to play as much Spider-Man as I can before we talk about it next week, so that I have a full sense of the game before we start talking about it, just a couple days before it'll be available to everybody to buy.
Yeah.
And I know you're further along a little bit in the story than I am, but I've been doing a lot of side stuff. So I'm sure between the two of us, we'll be able to have a good conversation about it next week.
Yeah, I got to get through that so I can. I like to finish my review games like a couple days before I write them, so I can kind of sit on them.
Sit with it, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully I will finish that up this week, and then I'll be writing that shit for the weekend. Oh, nothing like this, man. So many games. Yeah, so many games. It's that time of year where there's so much crap. Like, I didn't even get to touch Spider-Man for like almost like 3 or 4 days because I had to finish up the 2 games I could actually talk about now.
Right.
So, like, it was wild, man.
Yeah, there are people online that would fight you if they knew you had Spider-Man for a week and didn't even play it.
Yeah, well, it's like, I also had Forza, I also had Assassin's Creed. I'm like,
right.
Good God. It sucks because I also had Separate Ways for Resident Evil, which I was in the midst of when those games came in, so I need to go back to that and finish that. And I got Phantom Liberty as well, and I need to go back and play that. Like, I just had to put everything on the side, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And I was just chatting with Anthony on Discord, and it's like he reminded me about the Justice League game. I was like, God damn, I was enjoying that. I want to go back and play that.
Yep. No time to play the shit you want to play.
No, not at all. But I did. So speaking of things I wanted to play, I finally got around to picking up Armored Core, and
oh yeah,
I got to play the first mission. And
that's another game that I completely forgot about that came out this year that I wanted to play.
Yeah, I literally played through the tutorial mission, and I was like, "This is awesome," and then I couldn't. I was like, I gotta go play something else. Oh shit! Somebody joined.
Who joined? Oh, look at that!
I was like, this is gonna be me and Ryan.
I figured since it was just you guys, I'd be like, I'll jump on.
Oh, so you only show up like that? Oh, I see how it is.
We appreciate the sacrifice.
I got the football game on behind me, like the London game. It's running right now.
Too. Yeah, Bills are not really showing up for this one.
Yeah, I was like, I expected to turn it on and be like 35-3 Bills. I'm like, nah, that ain't happening.
I don't know. Jax they got something now.
Yeah, they usually warm up after a few games.
It's looking. So I was all nervous all morning because for my flex spot, I had to decide between Etienne and Christian Kirk, and I picked the running back, and I was all nervous all morning. But it looks like so far at least, I'm vindicated in my decision.
Who is your quarterback for your fantasy team?
Kirk Cousins.
Hey, you're getting a lot of points, but he ain't winning.
Well, I'm getting a lot of points until last week. He only scored 15 on me last week. So,
well, he'll put up numbers anyway. He's a good fantasy pick because he's always going to put up numbers.
Correct. Yep.
So
yeah. So I didn't pick Desmond Ridder because holy fuck.
Nobody picked Desmond Ridder.
I did not. I've got.
I mean, eventually somebody
Jordan
has
Love
to,
is
right?
my backup.
Only if there's 32 people in the league. If you only got like 20, you don't have to pick him.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody drafted him. We've only got 10 people in my league, so I don't think anybody drafted him.
Oh, that you guys should be having. Everybody should be having some pretty high scores then.
Yeah, we've had some pretty. Well, I mean, I've averaged 146 points a week, and I'm 2-2. So yeah, we've had some. Last
Is this
week,
a work league?
No, it's a group of friends, guys that I grew up with. That we do it every year. We tried to do it for money a couple years, and it just wasn't a good idea. So now we just do it for fun. Sometimes some people got a little mad, and some people didn't pay when they were supposed to. And I mean, when you've known guys for 30 years, it's like sometimes people get a little sloppy with the, oh yeah, I'll get it to you. So we just decided last year, because we used to do it just for fun with no money involved. And then we decided, let's just throw in $10 a piece and see how it goes. We did that for 2 years and we're like, nope, not doing it anymore.
Yeah. I need to get my work to actually do fantasy. They want to do pick'ems. I'm like, nobody cares about pick'ems.
Yeah, my work does a pick'em. You pick who you think's going to win.
Yeah.
And so like the way my work does it, so we do two at work. We do a free one that the work sponsors where you can win like an Amazon gift card every week. And then we do another one that is not free and not work sponsored. But basically you pick who you think's going to win, and then you assign a certain number of points to each game. So if there's 14 games in a week, you assign between 1 and 14 points to each game, depending on how confident you are that
I gotcha.
your pick is going to win.
What they do at my work is they do you have to pick one team per week that can't lose.
Oh, gotcha.
And then, but you can't pick that team again.
Oh, gotcha. It's one of those.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting.
Elimination in Overwatch.
Yeah. So it's like basically like, well, if you pick the Chiefs in week 1, you can't pick them again for the rest of the season.
That's garbage.
So I was like, yeah, this ain't like I did the first week and I picked the Bengals because like the Bengals ain't gonna lose, and then they lost. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. Oh, anyway, okay.
I always do really well in fantasy football and these football pick'ems, specifically because I don't watch football.
Yeah, those people always do the best. Like I lose every one. I come in last place because all I do is sit around and watch fucking football.
I make my choices both in fantasy and the pick'em with a complete lack of emotion because I don't really care. So I do it statistically, and it seems to work out pretty well.
All right. Okay. Well, Drew, do you want to talk about what you're playing before because I had just started. So.
So we are starting right now.
Yeah.
We've been running.
Yeah, we've been.
Gotcha.
We're recording. Yeah, like.
My bad.
Well, you didn't say you were coming, so we just said, "Fuck it, let's go."
Well, I thought it would be covered, but apparently, I can't let a 2-man show go. So, been playing more Pillars of Eternity, for Phoenix Down. I feel like I'm playing that game wrong. Like,
ask Dennis Dyack.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing it wrong then. I don't know. Like I haven't. I've ran into a few fights that were just like, okay, I can't do this. But then all the other fights seem easy, and I'm just like, I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere, and I'm not used to the. It's been a long time since I played like original Baldur's Gate, where like everything's in real time and you pause and then give commands and then unpause and watch it play out kind of thing.
Yep.
So it's been a long time since I played a game like that. And I guess I need to like, I don't know what any of the stats do. I have like priests in my party who do like all kinds of status effects. And, you know, I look online and it's like, yeah, the status effects are like the king in this game. You know, like you always put status effects on your enemies and buff your party members. And I'm just like, I don't know what this does. And I'm so used to playing an RPG where I'm just trying to out DPS my enemy, basically. And sometimes that gets me into trouble. Sometimes it doesn't. The weird thing about Pillars of Eternity is you don't gain experience points for fighting. So every time you kill something, you don't gain any experience points. The only way you gain experience points is by completing quests and the occasional, like lock picking or finding a new area. That's really the only place. So you can technically, in fact, I think there's an achievement in this game for killing like the least amount of people that you can, and then there's an achievement for killing the maximum amount of people you can. So
basically,
theoretically. Yeah, theoretically, you can go through this game. You'll have to fight some because there's just, you know, you run into a pack of wolves or something like that. But when it comes to like actual decision making, you can totally talk your way out of a fight if you want to. I think the story's really good. The story's actually very interesting. It's one of those games that feels a lot like Dragon Age, where you can tell that that Obsidian, who made this game, Obsidian had wrote this, could probably write about 2 novels worth of lore before the game even starts, kind of thing. So you can tell that the world is like, there's a lot of history in the world and stuff like that, and you've kind of been thrown in the middle of it. So it's actually really good story. I'm enjoying it. I feel like the combat's just, it's not me. Yeah, or it's not the game, it's me. I just don't know, like, I can't wrap my head around it sometimes. Sometimes I just like attack that guy, you know, and then he dies and I'm like, all right, now get this guy. And that's what I just do. I haven't had an overly difficult time. There's been a couple of fights that it's just like, I guess I'm just going to go a different way, which is totally viable. Just don't go that way. Go in a different route kind of thing. But yeah, I'm playing that for Phoenix Down. I picked up a couple weeks ago. I picked up Dredge, and
That's
I've been
the boat
diving.
Game, right?
That is the boat game.
Okay.
I've been diving into that game a little bit. That's awesome. Dredge is really, really cool. Because it's no spoiler or anything like that. You learn it within the first 10 minutes, but you are a fisherman in this area, and you don't go out at night. That's what they keep telling you. Don't go out at night because bad things happen at night. And it's very Lovecraftian, eldritch horror kind of stuff. You start like collecting fish that are mutated and stuff like that. And then you're taking on these like requests for different people. There's this one guy who's like a collector of strange curiosities that sometimes you'll find. So it's basically a fishing simulator, but there's other stuff in the background that you're doing. And then on top of that, you're improving your boat. You're crafting new fishing rods to capture different fish. It's really, really cool. Some of the coolest things, because eventually they keep telling you don't go out at night, but eventually you have to go out at night. And the way this game handles darkness. And the way it handles not being able to see further out is really cool, because I can be traveling and there's nothing in front of me, and then all of a sudden the light kind of shines on something, and I'm about to hit a friggin' rock, and so I have to swerve out of the way of it and stuff like that. But one of the coolest parts was you eventually start running into eldritch enemies, and it was the first time I'd ran into something like that. It looked like another boat. So in the distance, it looked like another boat floating around out there, and it had you could see like the light on it. And the closer I got to it, it slowly started to morph. And it was actually a giant anglerfish, and the light was like the little light on its forehead. And it started attacking me. And I was like, oh shit, this is wild. The game handles some of the discovery. And visually, it does it so well. That's a gem right there. I think if you like, is it a simulator? I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a simulator, but there's tons of extra stuff in there. Just exploring the world is really cool. So I would definitely recommend that to people. Dredge is really cool. Like just the visuals of it, and the wild little story that they're telling subtly is really good. I picked it up on sale. I think it was like half off.
That's only on PC, right?
No, it's on Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh,
I'm playing on Xbox.
I didn't even know it came out on anything else.
Yeah, I'm playing on Xbox.
There's an expansion either out or coming out, right? Where you're in the Arctic, where you're in an ice area.
I did not know
I read that.
I'll have to look into that, because you go to all these different areas. You go like a swampy area. There's this one that's like it's almost like a hollow where there's constant wind. And you'll have like water. What are they called? The little mini tornadoes in the water. Water spout.
I forget what they're called. But yeah, Ryan's right. It's called Dredge: The Pale Reach.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out, because I'm enjoying the crap out of this game.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, it's coming in November, so you got time. Nice,
cool. But yeah, playing that. It's kind of like just my off side game kind of thing. Honestly, that's about it. I don't have time for video games anymore, really.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't ever ask you if you want to review anything, because you always tell me no.
I'm still reviewing the Pokemon DLC. I played a little bit of it, but like I don't know, man. I get home from work, and by the time I'm done,
doing life things,
and I got a baby on the way now.
Yeah,
so
that's how life works. Like, dude, I have a teenager. That's fucking wild, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Like I'll like
pretty much it.
by the time I finish work, which I work like long hours now, and like sit down, eat dinner, and relax, and I look up, it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like, do I want to play something? I'm like, I do, but I'm fucking exhausted. I don't know, it sucks.
Yep.
So, but I managed to play 5 minutes of everything, so that's kind of where I was at with Armored Core when I was talking about it. I was like, I booted up, I played through the first tutorial mission, I was like, this is rad. I got to move on to something else. That's just the way it works. Same thing with Darktide. So I installed Darktide and I booted that up and played through the tutorial mission. That game is really cool. Like,
what is that game?
It's a 4-player co-op, like mission based.
Left 4 Dead kind of
game? Kind of.
Is it first person?
Yes, it is first person. Each character is a different class. A lot of them are melee focused, but there is shooting.
Okay.
And it seems like there's abilities, but like I said, I only played through the tutorial, which is like, oh, tell me if you've heard this video game trope before. You're escaping from prison, and then you join up with the other people. So like you pick your class, you escape from prison, then you join up with the other three. That's how it starts. But no, it's good. I'd like to revisit it. Kind of like I revisited the other game that's fairly similar to that, which is Redfall, because it got a 60 FPS patch, and it definitely plays a lot better. But it's still kind of bleak and empty, which kind of sucks.
Was that the main issue with that game?
The main issue was it was inconsistent, and it was... Yeah, that was definitely one of the bigger problems. Like,
it's just not fun to play. I mean, is it just not fun to play?
Yeah, some missions were like, it's like they were fun, and then you play another mission that just sucked. And I told you, Ryan, I'd bully him into joining the podcast.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, man, yeah. Like I had put that Michael Jordan thing too. I was like, that's all he needed to do, and it became personal for me. Hold on. Don't ever call me no fake ass nothing, nigga. I ain't no fake nothing.
I told you that would work. I
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
you know, we get Terrence in here. I'll just give him a hard time, and then he'll be like, I got to join. I got to prove this.
Yep. I got a cough drop. I got some coffee. I got myself I'm here. Let's do this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break up the flow. We talking about games. What's going on? What we talking about?
I was talking about that Redfall patch. Did you play it?
Oh yeah, I messed with it for a minute. You were right. It does still feel empty.
Yeah. Like I had to walk like 5 minutes before I saw somebody. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it does still feel empty, but damn, it feels good. The 60 frames, like gameplay wise, whoo, buddy.
Yeah, that game finally feels. It finally feels like how I want it to feel when I'm shooting.
Mm-hmm. They still got them big ass hands. They didn't patch that out.
They got them giant ass hands, but they got to hold them big ass guns. That's why they got them big ass hands.
That's true.
But yeah, I revisited that. I'll run through the indies real quick before I talk about the two big ones. I don't really think there was anything like jumped out at me like super exciting. I played a Zuma ripoff called Zoomania. I'm like, come on, man, try a little harder with your naming. Pirates on Target, which is essentially like put some blocks down and direct the shots. The Sunshine Manor seems cool. It's like a pixelated overhead like survival horror game where these kids go trick or treating and they get lost in this castle and you gotta save your friends. Like I feel like I want to play more of that. What else did I play? I played a lot. I was trying to see if there was anything interesting. Like no. Aquarium Land. I don't know why, but I got hooked on that. Basically, you collect fish, put them in an aquarium, and then people buy them, and it's like a loop game where you build more aquariums, you catch more fish, you upgrade your aquarium. I don't know. Sometimes I get roped into stupid games like that, and I'm like, this is cool, and I just play it for like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, why am I playing this? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of times like that. I played Project Blue. I was like, this looks cool. It's like a 2D platformer, and god damn, that game plays so bad. Like, the jumping feels bad, the movement feels bad. I'm like, I don't know who would enjoy this, because it's not fun. So, yeah. This one I have to tell you about because it was just funny. It's called The Sisters 2 Road to Fame. It's one of those, like, you remember in the GameCube when they made a bunch of those Bratz games and shit? So, it's kind of like that, and then the first mission, like, you have to go do this mini game where it's an alarm clock and you gotta hit the snooze button, like, as it's counting down. And since I was playing by myself, it was against 3 AI. So I'm like, alright, I got this. This is the first mission. I'm gonna dominate this. Every one of them motherfucking AIs hit it at exactly 0.00. I was like, alright, AI cheating. I quit. Like, I don't want to play this.
They cheating.
They cheating. I don't want to play this. Fuck you. I played that Bang on Balls Chronicles. That game is a lot better than you think it is.
I installed it. I have not run it yet, but I looked at like some screens and I was like, I'm actually kind of intrigued. I don't know what I thought it was, like, but like just some of the screenshots, like ball people, but they got like faces and shit. I was like, okay, I'm curious.
It's an open world action game.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
wild.
didn't see action. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a wild ass game. I don't know, that game was cool. Anything else interesting? That was a visual novel, so I immediately turned that off. That was a first-person horror game, which didn't allow you to invert, so I immediately turned that off. And then I started my playthrough of Blossom Tales 2 on the Xbox, which I already knew I loved because I loved the first one. So I'm excited to play through the second one. It is literally a Link to the Past clone. So if you enjoy that game, I highly recommend picking up both of these games. They're very, very good. And then I could talk about... I can't talk about a couple games because I know we're playing Wildcard Football, and I'm also playing the new Hot Wheels game, which I think we can talk about both of those next week. Yeah. But the two games I wasn't allowed to talk about last week, I can talk about now. I played Forza and Assassin's Creed Mirage, and my reviews are live.
SF Creed. My rage.
My rage.
So, yeah, let's talk about Assassin's Creed. It is back to the roots. It is stealth focused. If you get in a fight, you're pretty much dead. Is a very contained area. Baghdad is not massive. I mean, it's big, but it's not like we're coming off Valhalla / Odyssey / Origins.
Yeah, which was huge.
Yeah, this is
huge.
This is basically like a quarter of one of Odyssey's islands, maybe.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah.
Okay.
There's not a lot. It is very much. Here's your target. You want to investigate, figure out where he's at, and then go kill him, kind of thing. And while some people are really interested in that, it doesn't feel as organic as the first game did. So, as soon as you get to the place where you know the person is, it says, okay, here are some spots of interest where you can go talk to somebody and maybe they can get you in. Or, here's a cave where you can sneak in. It literally, points you to it. But in order to do those kind of things, you have to get what are called favor tokens. So you have to exchange favor tokens for people to help you. And in order to get those, you have to do the side missions. And I'm going to be real honest with you, most of those side missions are kind of boring. There's a lot of, collect this shit, or, somebody's like, oh, this person did this, could you take care of it and get it back for me kind of missions. And they just don't feel great. If you're like me and you didn't know kind of the story of Basim, he's not that interesting of a character. When he's running around the world, his mentor is so much more interesting. You do get to see him training up to be part of the Hidden Ones, which I think that's probably the coolest part of the game, is kind of seeing their process. That was really neat. The control feels okay, but also at the same time it does go back to the original Assassin's Creed where here's the things you can climb, and there are parts where you're trying to climb up and you can't because you don't have a handhold or something. And I'm just these recent Assassin's Creed games kind of really eliminated that thing, which I did not like. It's kind of like encumbrance, the games that eliminated it make you really notice it when it's in a new game. And I'm I don't know. It didn't gel with me. I think I prefer the other style.
The climbing thing is so weird to go back on, because it made sense in the earlier ones when you played it, because in certain places where you could climb, because some of the stuff was puzzles. When you were tracking down in the first game, what was the apple or whatever it was he was looking for, the parkour bits were puzzle stuff, but and it was you could tell because it was made a brick would be out, and it's oh, okay, yeah, that's a handheld, or somewhere for you to grab onto. But these later ones, which are still, historically, looking like the architecture back then, it would just be flat and you still just climbing up it. There really is no reason for them to take that out. I don't understand. That's just a weird one to go back on.
Yeah, it's just one of those quality of life things that I'm why did you change this? It doesn't. I don't get enjoyment from being where can I climb? When I want to go somewhere, I just want to go there. Like, I don't know. Like, the only time I ever enjoyed traversal as a puzzle in one of Ubisoft's games was really like Far Cry in the first one where you had to do the towers. I'm like, that was neat.
Mm.
But then, like, they overdid that like 500-fold, and I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this now.
I think you said the combat is not good. Okay, so yeah, I do remember in the first ones, like, you weren't supposed to just run up and, beat, niggas
in
down.
The first one specifically, you weren't. The Ezio games, the combat was pretty, I mean, good is subjective.
That's
but
what I thought. Yeah.
It was competent.
Right.
And it was mostly built around countering. So,
yes. Yep.
like, you would have to counter.
That's this game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's more like Ezio's combat then. So like you can still win those fights, but they're not encouraging you. Like, I guess you get overwhelmed or something.
If you fight more than 2 or 3 people, you're probably going to die.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the big guys like throw unblockable attacks, and I don't know. I felt like the timing. So it's color coded because everything's color coded. When they attack red, you can't parry it, so you have to dodge it. And again, I don't know why Assassin's Creed does this. It hasn't mattered in the other games because the combat was more like you can get in a fight. But the fact that they map the dodge button to the X or square button really throws me off because like I think B should be the dodge button.
Yep, always.
Like in my brain,
always.
Yeah,
yep,
like in my brain, I'm like I'm trying to hit B. So every time this happens, I'm like, no, I got to retrain my brain to hit X to dodge. But also the red comes up so fast that by the time my brain processes like you need to hit X, like it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that happens to me when games do that because what I'm reviewing now that I can't talk about is the dodge is A, and it fucks me up in every fight. So yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So there was just a lot to this game that I was just like, you know what, I just was not feeling it. The story's not pulling me through. Because I don't find Basim all that interesting, and it just I don't know. This is something about it just felt flat, and like some people out there kind of agree. Like I saw some people like, yeah, this just falls flat, and other people love it, and that's great. I love that there's an Assassin's Creed for you, but I still think the series peaked with Odyssey. Like I didn't care for Valhalla, I really didn't. I wanted to like it, but I just.
That story on Valhalla is so good.
The story is good, but I can't play Happy Homemaker. I can't.
I neglected a lot of the as much as I could of the like building the settlement and all that stuff. But the raids were cool. Like I did a lot of the river raids; those were fun. I liked the combat in this one, which is kind of a lot of what you're talking about with Mirage makes me feel bad because it's like all the stuff that I loved about these last two, they like taken back or cycling back to what it was, and I'm like, damn. But I still want to play it just because Basim is such an integral part and big reason of why that story was so good that I'm super curious. But it kind of sucks that you said that he kind of is lame in the beginning.
I don't care for his story all that much. I'm just gonna say, it's weird because like both of these games are super excited. Like people were excited for them, and like I came out of both of them like, because I'm gonna talk about Forza in there. I'll talk about Forza.
Wait, real quick. Hold on, wait, real quick. Have you played it, Ryan?
I have not. I have not. Okay. No, I'll play it eventually, but I've got too much to play right now, so.
I will almost guarantee you that Ryan will enjoy this game. Like this feels
I'm sure
like
I will.
This feels like something he would really like.
Okay. Well, see, and then you said like the side stuff kind of sucks, and I know he digs the side stuff. That's why I was kind of wondering if he wondered what his thoughts were. I'm gonna play it. Like I think I'm gonna do the Ubisoft Plus thing because it's on there. So I just signed up for that for a month and beat it and only pay $20. So whatever.
Hey, that works.
But yeah. Okay, Forza. What's up? Race cars.
I want to preface this. I love simulation racing games. I find them fun. I thought Forza 7 was amazing. I don't like Forza Motorsport. I feel like it doesn't feel like this game took 6 years. Let's put that into perspective. This game took 6 years to come out, and I like 7 better. Like
Oof.
it just the campaign progression is really kind of boring. Like there's just not a lot to do. Like you can earn new parts, you can earn new credits, but it just doesn't feel rewarding when you finish a race. Not to mention we start off with it. So the practice thing, this was a big issue when I was reviewing it. Before every race, they're like, "Hey, do some practice laps," and you can't skip it. And I was like, "Why can't I skip it? Why can't I skip it?" Well, they eventually did patch it, but here's the thing: you still have to start the practice laps. So you have to go through the loading, load into the race, start the practice laps, wait for the loading, start the race in the practice laps, hit the pause button, exit out, watch another cutscene, wait for it to load again, go back to the menu, start the race.
I just want to race the car.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that whole process of skipping practice laps is miserable. Just
Jesus.
let me say at the beginning, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Like, toggle it as an option. Like, can I just turn it off on all of them automatically? Like, maybe I don't want to practice. I just want to go in blind. Like, damn, that's a lot.
Also, I don't know if you saw, this is so hilarious. So there's a bug in the game where, and this has been all the talk online, oh my god, Gran Turismo looks better. Forza looks better. There's a bug in Forza where if you change between performance and performance ray tracing and all those other, all those fucking modes you can swap between, if you do that and you don't reset the Xbox or the game itself,
it
has a gamma problem.
Yeah.
And it makes it look washed out. So, like, those professional sites did, like, comparisons. They're like, wow, Forza doesn't look as good as Gran Turismo. It looks all washed out. It's because they were running it when it was broken. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Yep. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I read a couple of people's things about that yesterday. I didn't care because I'm not going to play that game because I detest simulation racing. But yeah, it was kind of funny because they, people, of course, the fanboys was in there holding it up as a trophy, like, see, look at this, like you just saying, and then they was like, well, wait a minute, it's because it's broke. You walk that back. Hold on, like, yes.
It looks really good. Like visually,
it does.
It is a beautiful ass game, but my God, it is. I don't know how they made simulation more boring than most people find it, but this game is by far, at least in recent memory. I'm sure there's a Gran Turismo that had some really boring progression. I don't remember. Like the most recent one is fine. I still make fun of the fucking cafe thing and the coffee shop. Like, I don't want to go talk to some fucking snooty sniff my own farts person talking about cars. Like, who wants to do that? Like, that's not... And the 10-minute fucking intro about the history of vehicles, I don't care. Like,
right.
Polyphony Digital so far up their ass about cars, it's just like, whatever. So, but I still think I prefer Gran Turismo over this one. Like, the new one. Like, fuck, I'm just gonna install Forza 7, because fuck this. I don't want to play it. It's still...
is it just the, like, campaign stuff you didn't like? Like, the progression? Was, like, the racing and the car stuff cool? Oh, okay.
There's too many laps in the races, so I get bored when I'm racing. Like, the tracks they look really good, but, like, some of them aren't fun to drive on. Like, the progression of your car, you're starting at, like, a fucking Toyota Celica kind of thing and working up, and I'm like, that's not fun either.
No. Like, I got you. Okay.
I don't know. The progression just does not feel good. I mean, it's still a great game. There's a lot of stuff here. It's beautiful. It plays wonderfully. The sound is amazing. Like,
I'm sure it is.
Like, when you're inside the car, you can hear cars going past you muffled. You can hear raindrops hitting the windshield. Like, when you hit another car, it feels impactful. But yeah, it's just kind of boring. So, it was very disappointing. And now I'm sad.
Well, play the Crew Motorfest. That game is awesome.
Yeah, that game's great. I love that game.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I can talk about because everything else I can't tell you about. We'll talk about Spider-Man next week. Spider-Man. So I guess that just leaves you, Terrence. Did you play anything?
Yeah, but I'll go real fast. Just keep it moving since I was a latecomer. I played stuff I can't talk about. I played. I have to review my time at Sandrock. I installed it and there's issues with running it. I don't know what's going on, so I'll send you something about that because we might have to reach out to the developer, which is weird because it's in early access, so I don't know why mine is not working, but whatever. I booted up Detective Pikachu
Oh yeah.
Returns sequel, which I'm going to review. I only played it as well for a minute, but I didn't play the first one, so I saw the movie, which I guess the movie events. I thought the movie was the story stuff was the same as the game, but no, it's not. There are definitely differences. For one, Ryan Reynolds is not in this game.
No way.
Yeah, he's not in it. He's not in it. Well, actually, that's a lie. He might be because apparently Harry is still missing. That's what the mystery is. Is kicking this off. Is in this Harry the detective is still missing, and Pikachu talks and he sounds like a gruff New Yorker, which I actually love. They have like speaking cutscenes, which is kind of cool. But I guess everybody else hears his normal like Pika Pika stuff, but like his partner, Tim, I think dude is, can hear like him talk normally. Again, like in the movie. I'm sure y'all saw it. It was excellent cinema.
Oh no, I enjoyed that movie. That movie was fun.
I liked it. I remember taking the kids, just kind of throwing the dice because I'll tell you what I went for because I'm a nerd. I went because I like Pokemon, and they like had like the computer generated like how they would look like Pokemon like walking around like so I saw fucking Blastoise and shit walking around and stuff, and it was it was dope to me. It wasn't animated like that's why I went. But I digress. Wild card. Can we talk about wild card football?
No.
Is that embargoed? No. Okay. All right. Well, next week. I can't talk about that. I dabbled in Gotham Knights on PC. Man, those frames, because it can. I had it.
They're missing on my version.
120. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But I had mine at 120, and ooh, buddy, that game is good. I already loved the game, as we know. I gave it a 9. That story is just.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention this. Talking about frames. So when you go online in Forza, it gives everybody 30.
Ooh!
So that there's no advantage.
What?
There's no advantage.
Oh!
I forgot to talk about that.
S fault? Is that the Series S fault?
Well,
because it's locked at 30.
That and PC, I guess, because PC is. I think the Series S has a 60 mode.
Okay, I didn't. Again, I'm not gonna play for it, so I didn't really look into it. But that's, man, why would you lock it? Why couldn't they just lock everybody at 60? Why drop them to 30?
Oh, what if you run it like a potato PC like I am, and you can't run it at 60 or something?
Well, then don't play it. Like well, okay, let me not say that because I've played plenty of games growing up on a potato.
I was just saying, like Ryan ain't gonna be able to play it then because he runs everything at 24 frames per second because he likes filmic experiences.
Yeah. Man, I remember I ran Return to Wolfenstein on the E-Machine's computer back in the day. Stock. I didn't put no video card or nothing in there. So imagine how that was running.
E-Machines are, what did it used to say on the front of an E-Machine? Never out of date?
Yeah, or something like that. That was the one my mama bought. Oh, God. Anyway, what else have I played? I played DC Dual Force, which I'm reviewing, which is a card game. A lot of fun. It's the kind of, I guess, catchier, unlike Marvel Snap, where the matches are like really fast. DC Dual Force plays more like a traditional Hearthstone or even Magic the Gathering. So you get a little, less Magic the Gathering, more Hearthstone. You get mana every turn, but the difference here, and I guess why it's called Dual Force, is you have 2 leaders at a time. Most of those games, you have one hero character that you have to protect. With minion characters, in this you have 2, and they have, they're all broken up into different classes. So there's combos and stuff that you can kind of put together. I'm still feeling my way through decks and stuff, so I'll give a little bit more later. But I don't think this is like officially out. I think it's kind of in like an open beta stage. So some of the bells and whistles that you get from some of the other card games that are out right now, with like the effects and big splashy stuff this doesn't have yet. Some of the cards do, which is kind of cool, but yeah, so they're kind of on their way. The other thing is that it has a big single player component where it allows for players to replay comic book stories. So they have like the Justice League, the first Justice League issue from the New 52 that had Darkseid invading. So you play through different fights in that, and they kind of have like those motion comics art style on some of the pages. Like you're literally flowing through the story, but you fight some of the battles. And they have a subscription tier on there where it's like $9.99 a month, and you get access to other comics. So they have a free tier that allows for some, and then you get all of them with this gold one. And when you complete these, you get different unlocks, like some currency to buy packs of cards. It gives you I think each of them come with a card that you get. So like the Flashpoint gets you Batman, Thomas Wayne Batman, which does some effect with gadgets or something like that. I haven't finished it, but yeah. So it's it's kind of cool. They kind of have something for everybody. So if you don't want to do the multiplayer stuff, like I know Jay says he doesn't play those card games for that, it has a pretty strong single player component.
And this is free to play.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
What systems is it on?
It's on mobile and PC right now.
Okay.
Or no, it's not a mobile. I'm lying. Sorry, it's just on PC. Right now, it's supposed to be coming to mobile. But I don't think they have a date yet. But it is on PC right now.
Nothing on consoles.
Nothing on console, not yet.
I don't think it'll make it because they seem to be really, really optimistic about this game, and I don't think it's gonna do anything.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. I don't. It could go either way. The only thing because I don't mind the fact that the matches are longer, because I play Magic the Gathering, and sometimes you can sit there fucking 45 minutes in a match if y'all really got really strong decks. But because Marvel Snap has kind of taken off, and its kind of hook is that it's so quick, like you can play freaking a match of Marvel Snap standing in line at the bank, like before it gets to your turn, like you done finished the whole match. Like it can go really fast. And I think that the comic book people are going to be like, oh, well, DC is doing one. Well, let's jump over here. And then they're going to find out it's not. And I don't know. It can go either way. We'll see. They're definitely pumping a lot into it. Like I said, it has a strong single player component. So they're trying to kind of grab everybody. So for those people that don't want to have to, build to a meta, which is what these, it always evolves. So ever evolving meta, which is going to make you put more money into it to buy packs and stuff. You can just play the single player stuff. If you're just playing, just to play some cards and build a deck to dick around, you can do it with that. So I don't know. I hope for the best, because I like these types of games, but we'll see. And I'm sure I played other stuff, but that's it. I feel like I waxed poetic about that DC Dual Force, so yeah, we'll just call it there.
Okay.
Good. All right. Well, let's talk about what's out this week. It's a lighter week. There's a few big games. I say lighter, and then I kick off with Forza Motorsport for all the people who didn't pay for the big dumb, stupid edition. That's out this week. So the Game Pass version is what we should call it, because then that's when everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's out. Yeah.
Little Gator Game, Long Gone Days, Wild Card Football, Between Time, The Escape Room, Astro Smash, From Space, Haunted House, Alphadia 1 and 2, Desolatium, Fortnite, the Transformers pack.
Oh boy.
Lords of the Fallen. That's out.
That's kind of a big game. They're pushing that pretty hard.
Yeah,
They
Jay's
really are.
reviewing it, so he's playing it right now. And then two outright bangers. Like how I did that. The Grinch Christmas Adventures and Transformers Earthspark Expedition. Both from which publisher? Do you want to guess? I gave it away.
Games?
Right.
Yeah, I gave it away.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, those are out this week.
It's wild, because I think I read that Transformers one and I got hyped. I was like, oh, that Transformers game is coming out. That one that they showed at G Hoff's show, where they didn't actually show footage, but it was like Bumblebee was looking at a kid. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what it was
it's like
called,
the first person one,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not
I
that
thought
one.
it was that one. It's definitely not. No, it's not.
PlayStation 5, mostly the same stuff, but we're also getting Blink in the Vacuum of Space. Humankind Heritage Edition, Paw Patrol World. Drew, you up?
That's it.
Oh shit.
10 Hearts. Oh, this is out this week. I forgot this was even a Honkai Star Rail, so we can finally stop seeing previews for that. It's coming to PlayStation.
What is it?
It's the new RPG from the guys that did Genshin Impact.
Oh, I didn't even know they were doing one.
Yeah, called Honkai Star Rail.
It's a space one. So the other one is like
Space.
fantasy stuff. This one is space.
Space.
Man, we gotta get that. We gotta get that on the soundboard.
Mhm.
We do need to get that on the soundboard.
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, mostly the same stuff. Roblox finally coming to PlayStation this week. River City Rival Showdown. Red Dead Redemption, which is 60 frames per second apparently, on PlayStation 4. Well, now I feel fucked because like the Xbox version didn't get that patch. That's
PlayStation 5, right?
No, it's PS4 and 5.
Are both 60?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought because it's
Wow.
that. Yeah, and I thought Xbox. Well, I could have sworn Xbox got a frames boost.
No, I got a
To 60,
resolution
but-
boost, not a frames boost.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's wild.
I'm not
Fine,
paying.
stuff.
I'm not paying $60 for Red Dead Redemption in the year of our Lord 2023. I'm just not doing it.
No,
No.
me either. Not for 60
No, I just
frames.
paid $17 for it. So
Yeah, but I'm not paying 60.
on Steam.
Yeah, I'm not paying 60.
Yeah.
No way. And then Vampire the Masquerade, the New York bundle. It's exciting. Xbox One, nothing here except Builder Simulator, if you care about that.
Builder Simulator?
Builder
There's still
Simulator,
making
so you
stuff
can
for Xbox One.
Xbox One works on Series X, so you know you're fine.
Yeah, yes.
Switch. Let's do that Switch thing. What the fuck is this? Hyper Gym Life 3D Tough Guys.
Hey, tough guy.
Hey, tough guy, what are you doing?
It's a Hacksaw Jim Duggan game.
Ho!
Nice.
Noise. Would you just say noises?
Noise.
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 Wait.
There's more to this. So it's Noise bar collection G.
That's what I heard. That is exactly what I heard.
Everybody thought Ricola.
Recolo.
Recolon.
Two sedans driving simulator because everybody loves two
Okay,
sedans.
well, I guess you know what cars are in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Airship Defender. Blockbuster Billy. That's a sequel to Bayou Billy, right?
I'm looking this
Is that-
up.
Is that a game about a guy who works at a Blockbuster?
It's two words. Block
I
and
hope
Buster
so.
are two words.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Blockbuster Billy.
Blockbuster
Okay.
Billy.
It's on Steam already. Let's see
Oh,
here.
the early access.
An alien family had a picnic on Billy's island.
Okay.
They had to leave in a hurry, causing Junior to forget his cubes. Can you help Billy figure out the mind-boggling alien puzzles? It's a puzzle game.
I cannot help Billy because I don't give a fuck.
That was wow.
It looks like a simple puzzle game.
All right.
Lost Dream Overgrown. Red Raptor. Supreme Car Parking Simulator 2024. Terra Alia, the Language Discovery RPG. Ancient Relics Egypt. Astabros. Break the Glass Cup Breaking Physics Puzzle. Company of Heroes Collection. Cook Serve Delicious. Has that never been on Switch? I don't know. Dimension The Ward. Dino Ranch Ride to the Rescue.
Dementium the Ward?
Dementium the Ward. Yeah. That's an old game too, right?
It is. It was a DS game, I think.
I guess they're putting it on the Switch. Dwarve. You want Dwarve? Eventide 3, Legacy of Legends. Ironsmith, Medieval Simulator. Pinball FX, South Park Pinball. Salt Sea Chronicles. Subpar Pool. That's not a good name for your game.
Subpar Pool.
Would you like to play some pool? How about some Subpar Pool?
Right. Like, man.
Trapped in the Tricky Prison.
They do be tricky.
Chemically Bonded. Whew, this one's rough. Kitten Gumi, the Sakabatos Thief. Sakura Alien.
Okay, there's a reason why it's called Subpar Pool. Because it's technically pool, but it's golf.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck? Submersible Simulator, Discover the Titanic into Ocean.
They made a game? Oh, Lord.
Say it again.
Submersible Simulator, Discover the Titanic into Ocean. Those are words, but they don't make sense.
Dude, I think it's going to end with your controller going out, and this is going to end badly. It's not going to end well. What's it look like?
Oh, it's a VR game.
VR on the
Really?
Switch? It's on the Switch.
It was originally a VR game.
Oh, okay. I was like, Switch ain't got no VR. Let you put that cardboard thing on your face.
Thing. Yeah.
Labo.
You gotta do a lot.
Dude, Labo was cool. I'm just gonna be the one that says it.
You still got your cardboard?
We built some cool shit with Labo, and it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we still got some cardboard around here.
I got Labo. It's all the Amazon boxes in my garage.
Yep. No.
Yeah, but your Amazon boxes don't have the reflective tape that make the IR work.
That's true, but I could probably order that on Amazon and get it in a box from Amazon.
Maybe, but that's a hell of a lot more work than just putting the Labo set together.
That's true. Traumatarium. That's a good name. Whitestone, Z-Escape, Zombie Defense, and Zombie Raft. In case you wanted to float with the dead. I don't know if you do. Maybe you do.
I'm okay. Actually.
You sure?
I think so.
All right, let's do news. News. Let's see here. That's not that interesting. Lego Animal Crossing is coming. Online play functionality, or online play and online functionality for the 3DS and Wii U are getting discontinued on April of 2024. Another week, another Xbox controller. This time we get Gold Shadow. I just heard sirens, police coming to get me because I'm making fun of Xbox controller.
That's what Correct. It is. Yeah.
Wow, that's really loud. It must be like.
What do you? Are you hearing sirens outside of your house?
Yeah, that's what.
Because I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't got nobody.
Well, if you hear it,
I'm
gonna start asking where you at. Are you in my other room? What are you doing? New Game Pass games for the week. We got Warhammer 40k Darktide, Forza Motorsport From Space, and Like a Dragon Ishin.
Warhammer's already up, actually.
Yeah, I talked about it before you joined.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's dope too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. According to the rumor, this might be the last time we have to say this. Microsoft plans to close the Activision Blizzard King acquisition on Friday, October 13th. So Friday the 13th, they coming.
You already ruined it.
Uh-oh. Why ruined it?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen now.
Oh, they're going to cancel it at the last minute? Because the date is the 18th, right? That's the date.
Is that the official last time you can do it?
Yeah, that's the last day they can close or something, October 18th. Yeah. But yeah, the rumor is they're going to do it on Friday, which I would assume would come with like a drop of a couple games going into Game Pass, like for the weekend. That'd be my guess.
Oh yeah.
Even though they say like it takes time, like motherfucker, what time does it take for you to click a switch that says this is now on Game Pass? Come on, don't lie to me.
Hey,
Phil, it's Eliza P. Liza Phil Spencer. Come on. So apparently Sony said that you could get a free game with the PlayStation 5, but then they updated the terms of service. It says it was, quote, invitation only.
How do you get an invitation to a free game?
I don't know, but I want to know. Invite me to a free game, Sony. I will switch camps and be a PlayStation fanboy unless you send me Returnal. Then I won't like you anymore.
That's exactly what you'll get.
I already own it, so it don't matter. I'm not buying a PlayStation anyway, dude. Like, my PlayStation gonna last forever because I boot it up like once every 6 months.
it probably will. It's gonna last for a while.
Yeah, I think the last thing I played was that Horizon expansion, and then now I'm playing Spider-Man. Like, those are the only 2 games I played, and I couldn't tell you how long. Former Bungie human resource manager is suing Bungie for wrongful termination after she reported a potential racial bias. She reported it to her supervisor and got told that the individuals are, quote, highly regarded, and the report was denied.
And that doesn't sound good.
Dag.
Nope.
Not at
That
all.
doesn't sound good.
Wow.
Some drama over at the Bungie. Sony also confirmed that data breach back in June exposed personal info of up to 7,000 employees. That sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sony announced the change. Am I the only person? Because I feel like the internet was like dragging me. That didn't know that Sony had their own streaming service called Bravia Core.
No, I saw you talked about that. I did not. I was not aware of this either. So you are not alone, my brother.
Okay.
I did not know that.
So they changed the name of it. It's now called Sony Pictures Core, and it's on PS4 and 5. It is already there. Like, I booted up and checked that out this weekend. Where you're able to purchase Sony Pictures films like Gran Turismo, an exclusive early access window. Also, there's like movies on their streaming. I went through that selection. God, I hope they ain't charging. I hope they ain't charging for that.
Nice.
Like, Tubi's got a better selection, and it's free. Like, I don't know, man. It's like not even 100 movies or some shit. I don't know.
Ooh.
I scrolled through it. I was like, oh, there's a couple good films on here that are old. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever. It says that Sony Pictures Core will be updated and expanded over time, including a selection of anime from Crunchyroll. So,
Why say it like that?
Well, you don't say it like that. You don't call it anime
No.
because it's manga and anime. Anime.
I'm not that fancy.
It's only for the the lovelies. Watch the anime. Housemarque is relocating to Helsinki and calls its new studio one of the largest and most advanced gaming headquarters in the Nordics.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they? Are they? Is that the Returnal
That's the Returnal people.
Yeah, Returnal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They make a lot of cool games. They really do. Hey, y'all, Sony's next big game got leaked. You ready? Are you ready?
Is it Wolverine?
Last of Us 2 remastered.
Oh, man.
You lie.
No, I'm not lying.
Really?
It's true. It's true. Well, It's a rumor, but come on, look at the track record. Last of Us 1 was remastered, what, 4 times?
Oh, we were joking about, like, everybody's been joking about that. They really gonna...
Are they going to do that
on,
and
man.
Horizon, right? They're going to remaster Horizon, right?
That's
Well, they keep
wild.
saying that. Rumors keep saying they are, but they haven't announced it yet.
Also, wasn't there like a rumor about a Horizon multiplayer game or something, like an MMO or something?
Mm-hmm. I think that's still being developed, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I remember. That the word being that was in development.
Kind of like Factions is still in development, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wanna play Factions.
Sony's weird right now because, like, literally the only game they've announced that's not out is Wolverine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's late 2024, early 2025? Like, they can't have two
They
bad.
They haven't given a time. They just said 2024.
They can't have 2 light years in a row, right? Because I know Spider-Man's coming out and it's going to be huge, but like the rest of this year has been really light for PlayStation. And like if they go through 2024 with another light year, that's hard.
Microsoft.
Well, I mean, Microsoft had plenty of light years, or non-existent years, as in the case of what was that, 2022?
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah, last year was like, did they even put a game out? I don't remember. Like, the year before that was really good, and this year's been really good, but last year, ooh. But I don't know, man. 2 years back-to-back of being kind of meh, I don't know. That's not good. Of course, I don't believe Microsoft's going to put out, what with Hellblade and Fable and... What's the other game? I know Perfect Dark's not coming out next year, but what's the other? Don't they have another game besides those two that was supposed to come out next year?
I don't remember.
No, I think that's it.
Is that it? Because that's kind of sad too. 2 games.
Oh wait, no. Everwild, right?
No, that ain't coming out.
That ain't ever coming out.
Nah.
I thought they talked about that recently.
They ain't even shown that game since what, 2021, 2020, something like that.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah, that's gone.
Yeah,
okay.
That
all right.
game ain't coming out.
Nah, that game's
Alrighty.
Actually, I think Microsoft's probably gonna have a bunch of remasters next year too, right? Like with Fallout 3 and what was the other one? Oblivion, yeah, that's the other one. All right. Speaking of what's coming out, Shiren the Wonder, the Mystery Dungeon of Serpentoil Island is coming to Nintendo Switch on February 27th. What do we got? Warcraft Rumble launches on November 3rd. That's a mobile game. Kingdom 80 Summer of Greed is coming to everything on October 16th. What do we got here? Again, I'm just going to look at stuff I know what it is. What the fuck is this stuff? Speaking of the devil, Drew, Dredge, the Pale Reach expansion launches November 16th. There you go.
Nice.
Sounds good.
American Arcadia launches November 15th on PC. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core coming to Steam Early Access.
That game's still going.
Yeah, A Boy and His Blob Retro Collection coming to all major consoles, which means not Xbox. It's coming to everything. Gothic 2, the complete classic, is coming to Nintendo Switch on November 29th.
Yeah, nobody's buying that. If you play Gothic in 2023 on your Switch, like, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, you're not having a good time, I can tell you that.
Definitely you're not having a good time.
Diablo 4 is coming to Steam on October 17th. Huh, that's right around the time the Activision thing was supposed to close. Crazy. Hitman Blood Money Reprisal has been announced for mobile and Switch. So if you care about that.
So is this a remake of Blood Money?
It's the 25th anniversary of I.O. I don't know exactly what it is, but it has to do with that. So
okay.
I legitimately do not know what it is. I know I got the press release that it was I.O.'s 25th anniversary, and they were making this, and they're also putting like original polygonal Hitman into Hitman 3. Like you can play as the original Hitman model, I guess.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I like when they do stuff like that. I mean, from a nostalgia point, that it's like, oh, it's nice.
There were 4 games delayed on this list. Only one of them I even know what it is. So Worldless was delayed to November 21st. The Gecko Gods was delayed till 2024. And Anton Blast was delayed till 2024. The only one I knew was the Batman Arkham Trilogy for Switch was delayed to December 1st. All right. We finally know how many PSPs were produced. Because Sean Layden put out a picture of the last PSP unit. There were 82,523,607 PSPs manufactured.
How many of those sold?
Okay.
I don't know. PSP did really well. I thought it sold like 70 million, right? I thought.
Maybe.
It did pretty good.
I still have mine somewhere.
Mine got stolen, so
you might want to check yours, Drew, if it's in a box somewhere, because isn't that the one where the battery explodes or something?
it can, yeah.
It starts expanding. Yeah, I don't even know where it's at, dude. It's the Metal Gear Solid 3 one. That's like camouflage.
Yeah, one of these days, Drew's just gonna hear a in his closet or something.
What was that?
Oh, the PSP that blowed up.
That? Yeah, people like, well, that was my PSP. I was wondering where that was.
Found it.
Found it.
Cyberpunk 2077 has sold 25 million copies, with Phantom Liberty breaking 3 million in just its first week. And we have the spread here. 68% of the sales are on PC.
I would believe that, definitely.
Yeah, 20% on PlayStation, 13% on Xbox. What else we got here? Layoffs. Lots of layoffs.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Twitch laid off around 400 people. Puny Human is shutting down after 16 years.
What have they made?
They worked on Callisto Protocol, Trover Saves the Universe, and Tribes of Midgar.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Dang, the developer behind Boomerang X, couldn't find funding for their next game and is closing down.
Dang.
Oh, nice.
Naughty Dog laid off 25 contracted employees. They didn't offer severance for the affected people. All those impacted employees are being pressured to keep things quiet. One source told Kotaku that The Last of Us multiplayer game, while not completely canceled, is basically on ice at this point.
Oh, well, there's your
quiet. Why do I need to keep quiet?
You ain't paying me nothing.
Yeah. Well, you probably got to sign an NDA or something, and some people probably just did it thinking they were going to get severance. Team 17 has announced company restructure, which will likely result in 50 roles being cutted. Team 17 CEO Michael Pattinson also left the company. Man, it's sad when there has to be a section of the news every week for layoffs, because I'm only part of the way through. All of Keyword Studios' unionized QA workers, which worked on Dragon Age Dreadwolf, were laid off last week. This comes after BioWare declined to continue the contract with the studio last August, and the union has filed a standards complaint against the studio. Telltale Games laid off most of its staff a month ago after the launch of The Expanse, a Telltale series back in July, and is currently working on a sequel to The Wolf Among Us.
That's probably never coming, which is sad because Wolf Among Us is the best game, the Telltale games. And didn't they go out of business? What's the story here? They went out of business. They came back. They fired a bunch of people. They on their way to going out of business again?
Yeah. Seems like it.
That's the way it looks.
Damn!
Wasn't Telltale picked up by Embracer? Am I wrong in that?
Were they? You might be right. Embracer owns
Embracer,
half the gaming world.
Embracer is firing a ton of people through
LCG Entertainment.
Okay. All right, so it's not Embracer. Okay. Still, Telltale probably just needs to just be done.
I think so. I mean, because that's so bad. You probably ain't even done.
Their games are.
Their
games
moment.
Are stuck in they're stuck in 2009.
Yeah, they had their moment, and most of them now, most people they don't even make a fart in the wind. If you had told me The Expanse came out, other than I knew Terrence was reviewing it, I would not have known.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like that, and it was good. But to his point, they are stuck in the. I mean, it looked the part, new age. It moved the part 60 frames a second and stuff, but a lot of the decisions and stuff that you made was very reminiscent of the stuff that they've done in the past. It just feels like it's very stuck. So, yeah, it just stuck. They came back after going away, and now they're firing people and about to do the same thing. That's damn, man.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy because a company that made a game that was supposedly one of the games of the year, The Walking Dead, Season 1, won Game of the Year multiple times. and has now went under twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, 7 out of the 50 former BioWare Dragon Age employees which got laid off in August are suing BioWare after BioWare's severance offer was significantly less than they expected.
Jeez.
Lordy. What else we got here? Gearbox and Modica are bringing back Gigantic for a weekend or something? That's weird.
Which one was
Gigantic? I
Gigantic?
got that email.
That was the MOBA, right?
Yeah, where there's two, like, gods on either side. I can't remember what they were. But, like, you fight to, like, once you break lines and you have to attack the opponent's gods, but then they push back. And then it was like a whole tug of war thing. But yes, it was a MOBA. But, because I got that email that said, because I played that game, which it wasn't bad, that said it was coming back with some new modes and stuff like that. And if you, like, read the fine print, like, because they say it's just for a weekend and blah, 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 blah. Nah, they about to relaunch. Because it talks about, like, how they reworked all these different skills and stuff like that. And you ain't doing all that shit for just a weekend. Like, they trying to gauge interest. They about to relaunch.
Also, that game was delisted in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Why Gigantic? I mean, Gearbox did friggin' Battleborn, which I think was actually a good game. It's just nobody played it.
Yep, it was. That's when I got the email. I was like, why not just revamp Battleborn and make it free to play? Like, it was the better. I'm with you. But yeah, Gigantic is a weird choice to kind of bring back, but okay.
Man, I don't champion Battleborn by any means, but Battleborn really got a bad rap because it was compared to Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious now.
I'll tell you this, Battleborn had way more characters at launch than Overwatch did.
It did.
And you don't remember any of them.
I don't.
See?
No.
There you go.
One of them had two swords and was voiced by Christopher Sabat. I know that.
And you can't tell me their name. But I bet you can name at least 10 Overwatch characters.
Okay, that's because at least two of those are Bae. Okay, so I know Tracer and oh God,
See?
May. Ooh, she was gonna slap me. Oh God, May. I know May. So yeah, but yeah. Shut up. It's fine. The Battleborn was a good game, and I'm not really championing it either. But I'm just saying, like it got a bad rap. It should have been compared to Overwatch because it was two different things, but they looked so similar, and I think that's why people was like, oh well, shit, I'm waiting for Overwatch. But if you played them, Blizzard
trolled the fuck out of them too because they put the beta on the weekend that the game came out.
It came out. Yup, they did. Yeah. Oh man, but it's Oh well.
I want to tell you something that you would not believe if I told you in the year of our Lord 2023. I was more excited for Battleborn than I was for Overwatch. I had zero interest in Overwatch when it came out.
You didn't play Overwatch till me and Jay told you to.
No, I played it because they sent an extra code when they sent the review code, and they sent an Xbox code. I'm like, I'll try it out. And here we are 7 years later. I'm still in an abusive relationship.
Dude, I was like, we were telling you when we got in that beta, and I played that beta for like an hour, and I was like, there's something to this game.
And look at it, and look where we are. And
I was like, I do not like first-person shooters at all, especially playing against other people. I was like, there's something to this game. I don't know what it is. I know the exact moment it happened, though. I was playing... Because the first couple matches, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And Jay was just like, just play a character. Who cares? Just choose something. I was like, all right. So I tried May. And we were on King's Row. We were defending. And somebody chose Widowmaker. And I somehow popped off an icicle headshot on that Widowmaker. And instantly killed her. And I was like, I like this game.
Dude, you could go back on our YouTube channel and there is a fondling video of you and Jay playing Overwatch in the first beta. Week it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, the beta.
Yeah, the beta. And you want to see some fucking wild shit, go back and watch that.
I may have to do that. I'm sure that's crazy. I remember I played the beta weekend on PC because I was hyped for Battleborn, but I'm a Blizzard fan as I've said, and this was their first new franchise, and I don't know how long, so I was all about it. And yeah, I think McCree was the first person I played, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but yeah, it was good. I had a good time, and I didn't subscribe to the abusive relationship. I come for some abuse and then I leave. I just kind of come and go. Is what I do.
Motherfucker, I played last night.
Yeah, I saw you.
I know
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm still there. I've almost maxed season 6 battle pass. I'm at like level 188.
I'm good.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't. That game, it's just embedded in my brain, dude. It's just embedded in my brain. It releases some kind of serotonin when I play it. I don't know what it is. It's in my top 25, or probably my top 3 games of all time now.
It's definitely probably in my top 10. Even if I don't play it anymore, there's no denying the fact that I absolutely love that game. I don't think Overwatch 2 is good as Overwatch 1. I don't think it ever will be.
No. I agree with that. Like, I have been slowly watching them revert everything back to Overwatch 1. I'm just waiting for 2 more things. Bring back 2CP and make it 6v6.
They'll never do 6v6.
We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be back.
No. Do you understand the amount of changes they will have to do to characters to do that?
I mean, they make changes every month that I have to do. I've had to live with Orisa for 2 seasons being OP.
And I saw this last night, and I think I might have put it in our thing. I didn't know they were doing reworks to people because they're reworking Sombra. Like, she's like passively invisible now until she actually fires. Like, and her hack does a damage over time. Like, you get she throws
she's got a new ability.
A virus. Yeah. I didn't know they were reworking characters.
Yeah, they're reworking her, and then mid-season is Roadhog, and then season 8 is Pharah.
Huh.
So, yeah, it's not the first one. OG, me and Drew, OG Overwatch players, let's talk about Symmetra.
Oh, I remember.
Well, that was a different character. That was a different character.
100%.
Yep. Torbjorn was the same. Remember level 3 turrets?
Level 3 turret. Yep. That was Amanda's main. Level 3 turret.
Yeah.
You could only get it at the for the ult.
Yep.
That was it.
Oh, man. This is kind of... So, yeah, Overwatch 2 has Diablo 4 collaboration for Season 7. Starts on Tuesday, which comes with the Orisa nerf. Thank you, Jesus! Fuck you, Orisa. Fuck out of every game I play. That's the joke right now. Like when I get in a game, and we start off with a tank that's not Orisa, and we roll, and immediately the other team swaps to Orisa. It's the Roadhog shit all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's what happens when you only have one tank.
Yeah, that's my problem. Yep. That's why I said we need to go back to 6v6. We need 2 tanks. We need off tanks. Because what happens is everybody runs Doomfist and nobody can play Doomfist. And nobody runs ball.
You don't have a tank.
Nobody runs ball. Nobody runs ball now. I've not seen a ball at all. It's wild, man. It is a wild game. Give us back the off tanks. Let us run ball Reinhardt. That shit's fun. Anyway, Hato Moa, the dev behind Hatoful Boyfriend, accuses Epic of unpaid royalties for 2 years.
Damn.
Jesus.
This was after Epic acquired Mediatonic, which made the HD version. Speaking of Epic Games, Sergey Galyonkin, I can't say that, I'm sorry, Director of Publishing Strategy, is leaving Epic Games. The Minecraft Mob Vote 2023 candidates are crabs, penguins, and armadillos.
I don't even know. Those are words that
make
no sense to me.
You don't know what a crab, a penguin, and an armadillo is?
I mean, I know what those animals are, but when it comes to Minecraft and some kind of voting thing...
I'm pretty sure that means the next animal that will be added to the game.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's exactly what it means.
Why don't they just call it that?
Well, they call it the mob vote, because that's the mob is what they call their players, right?
No, mob's what they call the like animals and monsters.
Oh, that's okay. I got you.
Yeah. So it's there, yeah, and there's a lot of, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a lot of controversy around this right now, and a lot of people upset about the fact that Mojang has been kind of drip feeding content into Minecraft for a long time. And there's a lot of people that like sort of the aspects to the game that all three of these add. Well, specifically that the armadillo and the what are they again? Armadillo, crab,
penguin.
Right? Yeah, and penguin. I haven't seen a lot about what the penguin adds, but I know the armadillo adds wolf armor, which people have been asking for a long time. And I know that the crab adds increases your reach in building, where it matches your reach in creative. So people have been asking for stuff like that for a long time, and they're mad that Mojang is basically saying, well, we're only going to give you one, when they should have the resources and the ability to add all three with no problem.
I mean, yeah, they're owned by Microsoft. They got money.
Right. They're basically saying you're forcing fans to fight over which one they want when you could add all three with no problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot. There's kind of a revolt happening right now among Minecraft players with respect to this vote. They've complained every time they've done, because Mojang does these all the time. They do these votes, not all the time, but when they add content, they do it via these votes. And I think the fan base is just done with it. So we'll see what ends up happening, whether they end up adding all three or not.
I mean, let's be fair. Minecraft players are like me in Overwatch. They're never going to leave.
No, it's true, but but they have a point. I mean, there's really no reason that all three of these things couldn't be added.
I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, you know that at least once a week I complain about something in Overwatch, and I still keep playing it.
He do. Can confirm. But that's what I think everybody has a game like that. I say it about Call of Duty. Like, I was on here, like 2 weeks ago, was talking about Modern Warfare 3. Was like, man, I hope they don't send that because fuck Call of Duty. And my daughter is like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting that Call of Duty 3. And I'm like, yeah, I might have to pick that up. Might have to get that review. So we all have these relationships that we should go back to.
The thing that I talk about all the time is that, like, I would not talk and complain as much about this game if I didn't play it or if I didn't love it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I'm not like people who just go out there and are like, oh, this game sucks, I hate this game, why are they doing with this game, but I don't play it. Like, those are the people that I can't stand. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't come into my... When I see people shitting on Overwatch and they ain't played it in 5 years, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. We don't need to talk to you. You ain't got no opinion in this matter. You don't matter. None of this matters.
Thanks, Carl.
None of this matters.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't complain about Overwatch if you played it in 5 years. You especially can't complain about it if you never played it.
I mean, that's facts. If you ain't never believed, like, you shouldn't be complaining.
Overwatch is like the Xbox of online shooters. Everybody loves to shit on that game. It gets so much... Like, you ever notice when they put out a skin, it's like $20, everybody shits on it for like 6 weeks? I'm like, you ever looked at fucking Valorant skin packs?
Yeah, I have, and that ain't it.
Like, there's like $100 skin in that fucking game.
Yeah, yeah.
Apex the same way. Apex got some fucking ridiculous prices on shit. And, like, nobody says a word about either of those games. I don't know. Drives me crazy. Overwatch got enough problems that you ain't got to make up some.
Right.
I'm just saying. CD Projekt Red is working with anonymous content on Cyberpunk 2077 live action content.
Yeah, so they're making a TV show or a movie or something.
Yeah. That would be cool, but the thing about Cyberpunk content that concerns me, it's why I never watched the anime, that game is really fucking horny, and I don't need that.
Yeah, it is.
Watch the anime. The anime's not that. The anime is actually really good, and the 2.0 thing actually, like, honors. I don't talk about spoil it, but it talks about the anime characters, like what happens to them. Like there's a section in the city where it references them.
This kind of stuff drives me crazy because I'm trying to. My son has gotten to the age where I can start showing him some of the classic like horror and sci-fi stuff, and like I'm going through these movies and I'm like, I've got to pick out like why did there like Predator 2, like why did there need to be that scene where those two people are just like wild fucking, and I'm like, that serves no purpose in that movie, and like I got to show it to him like, okay, you need to close your eyes for like the next 30 seconds, like.
Well, because that's sold, right? That's what got that's what people wanted to see was some TNA. That's why, and all of it is randomly placed because you're like, why are we? Our best friends was just murdered in every horror movie. Was just murdered, but sure, let's have sex. That sounds great. Like, why? What?
Yeah,
nobody does this in real life.
It's just such a weird thing of like, why does this have to be in here? Like, those movies have such good lore and interesting stories, and like. I want to show him these movies. I'm like, dude, you need to learn about the alien and the predator and like all this stuff is cool, but like, I need to remember what's in these movies so I can cut that part out.
Been there, done that. I understand, sir.
So yeah, to answer the question from earlier, there's a new update for Red Dead Redemption Remastered, which adds 60 FPS only on PS4 Pro and PS5.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was the base PS4. I can't imagine that they would be able to do that, but PS4 Pro makes sense.
I don't know. Why wouldn't the PS4 be able to run a PS3 game at 60 FPS? That's just weird to me.
I don't know.
Like it's
just.
Oh, can we?
Feels like if it would have been able to, they would have done it a long time ago.
But it's never been on PS4.
That's true.
So, this takes me to another thing. Like, I know some of y'all have seen this. So, like, what was the first dev that came out against Series S that was complaining about it, that caused that story a couple weeks ago?
No, it wasn't the Baldur's Gate people.
No,
who was that?
There was a company that was like coding for Series S is a pain in the ass, and everybody kind of ran with it because that happened again this week with Alan Wake 2. And if you've seen that interview where he's like, I'm going to watch what I say, the Series S, all this stuff. And like, it started me thinking, like, when the new Switch comes out, which is rumored to be as powerful as a PS4 and an Xbox One, I promise you will not hear people making these same conversations.
Not a peep. Not a single peep.
And it just...
I didn't even
most
hear
of those
about
games don't come out on them.
But they do, Drew. Like, any game that can possibly be ported to the Switch has been. Like
Mortal Kombat 1's on the Switch.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 is on
better
the
or worse.
Switch.
No, it looks like garbage. How many people actually bought it on the Switch, though?
I bet you a lot.
I don't think so.
It's only on next gen. Switch has like 100 million install base. I guarantee you that game sold a fuck ton.
I like to see the numbers, but I doubt we'll ever see them.
No, you'll never see them. But I promise you that game sold a fuck. Because you're like, I got a Switch, but I don't have a PS5 or a Series X, and I can play Mortal Kombat 1. I'm going to buy it. I mean, they put everything on there. Fucking Borderlands 3, The Witcher 3, Doom Eternal. Those are all on the Switch.
Y'all are not great.
No, they're not. Well, The Witcher's pretty good. Let's be fair.
The Witcher, I will give them that. The Witcher is good.
So, but it doesn't.
Doom Eternal, not so much.
But it doesn't matter. Like, why is the Series S getting all this conversation? That's what I don't understand. Is like, yes, it's underpowered. Yes, it was a mistake. Why is it the conversation happens around this console? Are you telling me that the Series S is less powerful than some of the potatoes that these PCs that they have are running these games? Because the numbers are out there. If you look at the Steam numbers, 90% of people on PC have a very underpowered PC for these games.
I mean, we can tab dance around it all we want to, but Microsoft is evil. They are the new EA.
People love to shit on Xbox Online. Like,
man.
I understand that Microsoft has problems. I understand that they make a lot of bad decisions. But boy, people go out of they trip over themselves to complain about that console.
Mm. Oh yeah, I said that one, that IGN, which I think it might have been warranted, but still, I'm like, they do it all the time. I'm like, man, y'all really went 2 lefts and 5 rights to make this about Microsoft sucking. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's because it gets clicks because of the ethos and the powers to be say that Microsoft is bad, and people thrive on crapping on something. People love talking it down. People love getting a rise out of people who play on Xbox. I don't own a PlayStation 5. I own a Series X. I got it because I use Game Pass. When somebody says your Xbox sucks and PlayStation is better, that's your opinion, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you didn't give these people any attention, they would stop.
No, I agree. I agree with that. My problem is like I block all those people. I don't give them attention. I don't retweet them and be like, "You're a moron" or whatever. But man, when news sites are doing it, like that sucks.
News sites are doing it because the people online like to click on that stuff because it's stuff that they want to hear.
Well, and the other thing too is you're gonna have more PlayStation folks online and on the web just because there's more PlayStation 5s in the market out there right now.
100%.
PS4s, right? So you got more Sony folks out there based on console purchases. So there's going to be more noise in the marketplace to that end.
Sure, but I wonder how many PlayStation's obviously the most popular next-gen system. Like, what percentage of the people that have bought that machine are the vocal ones? Like, that's the other part of it. Because the Xbox guys are loud too. They just don't have any leg to stand on.
They are, but I'll tell you this, because I saw it. People who don't pay attention to video games as much as we do, who still play video games, still, some to this day, still think that you can't play used games on an Xbox One.
That's true. Yeah.
And these are people that I would not say are hardcore video game players. They maybe pick up Madden or maybe Call of Duty, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. I heard that multiple times. So the bullshit that's being spewed by the fanboys does trickle down to the regular populace.
Oh yeah, it's so weird to me.
And whichever one is popular is going to be the one that everybody talks about because everybody got one because they want to play with their friends.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember during the 360 days, the PS3's got no game.
Oh yeah, I remember
stuff
that.
Was that was the prevailing opinion online, and the reason is because, well, A, there was some of it that was grounded in fact, but B, it was because the 360 had the marketplace lead, right? So there were more voices online, more pro Xbox voices online than vice versa, and the pendulum has swung now.
So,
and plus, the thing that's killing a whole bunch of communities right now is the fact that they pay for engagement on Twitter now, and
you're going to see that a lot more
because they pay for engagement on Twitter. People have learned that if they want to get paid, they just gotta trash something.
Yep,
The pro wrestling community is rife with it right now too. People have learned at some point that if they trash AEW or vice versa, that all the WWE fanboys come out and flock to their post. So and vice versa, right? So it's that sort of tribalism is being encouraged by paying for engagement.
Yeah, it's a business tactic.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you, if you out there fighting about video games, you're a little weirdo. I'm sorry.
Well, if you're out there fighting about pro wrestling, you're a weirdo too.
Oh, no, 100%, 100%.
Let me ask you this. Theoretically, currently, right now, Xbox is in last place. Sure.
Yes, 100%.
Theoretically, if Xbox could release a new system that was more powerful than the PlayStation 5, a year before we heard any rumblings of a PlayStation 6, would they go back to being first because they released first?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think it would happen again. I don't think
there's a lot of market contingencies there. I don't know.
I think so. Here's the thing.
That's the reason why the 360 was so popular, was because it came out first.
And it had the games.
It had the games. Yeah, that was the big thing.
Yeah, let's be fair. That they had, what was it? Was Oblivion?
Oblivion, yep, was a 360 exclusive.
Yeah, and
not exclusive, but it was a timed exclusive.
I thought it was exclusive. It never came to.
It was
no. It was on PlayStation.
It came to PlayStation. It was late though, and it had a lot of problems.
What was it? Oh, it's Mass Effect that never came to PlayStation.
Yeah, eventually it did.
Eventually, but it took forever.
Yeah, like you might as well have called it. And BioShock was the same way, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I don't remember how long it took for that game to show up, but
yeah. So like it had those big third-party games, and that's what Sony's doing now. Like Final Fantasy 16 is only on PlayStation and stuff like that, and I mean that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
Yeah. So Oblivion came out on 360 in 2006, and PlayStation the year after.
That's just because PlayStation released a year later.
It was Morrowind that never came to PlayStation. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Morrowind never came to PlayStation.
I knew one of the Elder Scrolls games never came to PlayStation.
That was Xbox One. That wasn't Xbox 360.
Yeah. I just
not Xbox. Yeah, the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was about to say, wait, what?
I'm not allowed to say Xbox One anymore.
Hey, technically, it's on Xbox One, right? It's back compat. It's fine.
I'm sure it is. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's on Game Pass, and
yeah.
you can go play
and then
some.
BioShock. Let's see, BioShock. A year later, August 2007 for Windows and 360, and October 2008 for the PS3, and that port was Irrational.
So Mass Effect 1 was published by Microsoft
Game Studios, yes.
And then the trilogy came out on PlayStation 3, but was the first game playable or was it just a movie? I don't remember.
The first game
came out.
Okay.
It came out, let's see, Mass Effect.
I have that trilogy.
So it was released.
Because Microsoft gave the rights to the series back to BioWare. That's what it was.
Yep. So the game was released in 2007. And then ported to Windows and PlayStation 3 in 2008 and 2012, respectively. So it didn't come out on PlayStation 3 until 2012, which I think was a part of the trilogy.
So 5 years it was exclusive to the Xbox.
Correct.
Okay. And 360 had a lot of those games where like they had them first and had them exclusive for a while. And Xbox hasn't, like the last time they did that was with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and if you remember the uproar about that game, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mass Effect 2 also had a year head start.
You know what's, this goes
released
back
in 2010 and then 2011 for PlayStation 3.
This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Do you remember when Rise of the Tomb Raider was exclusive to Xbox? The only thing the news sites did was badger Crystal Dynamics about when it was coming to PlayStation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When this happened on PlayStation, not a fucking peep.
Oh, no.
Like, nobody has asked every week, when is Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Xbox? When is Final Fantasy 16 coming to Xbox?
I mean, I asked myself that question because I would like to play.
Well, sure, but I'm talking about these news sites that badger... Like, if you remember that announcement at E3, the news stories for the next 3 days... were them asking Crystal Dynamics, when is this coming to PlayStation?
Yep.
It was because the PlayStation 4 was the more popular system.
Yes, 100%. But it's still, like, it shows it. It shows that it's just wild to me. I don't get it. Like, why do you care? like, I don't know, man. Whatever. I will never understand it. That's why I don't limit myself. I get them all eventually.
Same.
Are you going to buy PS5, Drew? I guess that's a big question.
No, I don't think
really?
I will.
Not for Spider-Man? Man, I'm buying Spider-Man.
I've never played the first Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought you did. Okay.
You can always wait a year and play it on PC.
It's
That's
true.
Yeah.
Well, he
And your
can't.
PC will run it.
His PC ain't gonna run it.
No,
it will.
no.
You can probably
I'm still
run it
running
on
at
low.
1060.
Dude, he's running a 1060.
Oh.
It ain't gonna run Spider-Man.
Wait, who got the 270?
That's me.
Sounds like
I got the 27.
Oh, okay.
sounds like Drew needs a Steam Deck.
No,
I think so.
I'm good.
Like this is a legitimate question. You have no interest in like all their first party stuff, so you don't want to play Spider-Man, you don't want to play God of War.
I mean, I would love to play God of War Ragnarok one day.
It's on PS4.
I didn't play the original God of War on PlayStation 4 until, 2 years ago?
Yeah. And like you were talking about how good it was. I'm like, we fucking told you for years.
Dude, I have no disillusions of how good some of their stuff is, and I'm sure Spider-Man is fantastic, but I don't know. Am I missing out? Maybe. Whatever. I've seen zero spoilers for God of War Ragnarok, so I have no idea what happens.
That's good.
You know?
That is good.
Yeah, you should play it eventually. It's excellent.
Yeah, you have a PS4. You can play it.
Yeah, it's on PS4. I mean, does the PS4 version play okay? Is it fine?
I'm sure it's fine. I didn't play it on PS4, so I don't know.
I'm sure it doesn't look as good, obviously, as the PlayStation 5 version, but I'm sure it runs capably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it runs probably about the same, because it was the same engine. So, I mean.
Right.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll pick it up on PS4. I still got my PS4.
You don't like
Still
Horizon?
works.
Did you ever play Horizon?
No, I don't like Horizon. I finished Horizon. We did it for Phoenix Down. Horizon was not my jam.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't like those games.
I do not like being a ranged character where every enemy that you fight against bum rushes you. That sucks.
All right.
Sounds like you need to get good.
Yeah, and I am too old to get good.
Wombat, the infinite Horizon defender.
I'm the only one, so somebody's got to stick up for it.
That's true. I just find that whole universe just so boring.
I thought the past stuff was cool. I did not care about anything about the tribal people or what they were doing or anything like that. I liked uncovering the truth of what happened in the past. I disliked the combat. I didn't really like the open world that much. I think it was a lot of nothing in the open world.
So like Redfall. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do not compare those two games ever again.
No, I said the open world was boring, which is like Redfall. The open world in Redfall is very boring.
Yeah.
Listen.
So I just don't.
I broke Ryan.
I'm not going to sit here and let you compare Horizon's open world to Redfall.
I gotta get my Twitter engagement, Ryan.
Exactly.
I haven't played Redfall, so I can't comment. But I have played Horizon to its end, and I also played the DLC, which was what was it called?
The Burning Shores,
Frozen Wilds,
Frozen Wastes. Yeah, Frozen Wilds. That's it.
And Burning Shores is the new one, right?
Yes, correct.
I will say that I enjoyed the Frozen Wilds more than I did the original game.
I think you would like the second one, Drew, but if you don't like the combat, it's going to be a hard sell.
It's just, man, it was just frustrating. The combat was just frustrating to me.
Well, they emphasize the spear a little bit more in the second one. Okay. They give you more stuff to do with it.
I found the world of the second game more boring than the first one.
Wow.
I just did. I don't. That game is just. I don't know, man. It just puts me to sleep. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I know. I'm in a minority. I'm aware.
The world is made for all sorts of opinions, even wrong ones.
And and as far as their big game that everybody's loving and they're about to remake, I cannot stand The Last of Us.
Dude, The Last of Us 2 is one of the most miserable experiences you will ever have. I
have not liked a Naughty Dog game in a very long time.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 was so much fun.
Yeah. I liked
that game was great.
I couldn't get into
Lost
Uncharted.
Legacy was better, but that
Lost Legacy is amazing. It's the best Uncharted game.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all the PlayStation exclusives, I think God of War is probably my favorite.
Well, I mean, it's the best one. Just saying.
Yeah. And I have not played Spider-Man. I do own Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is great. I liked
Yeah.
the first Spider-Man was amazing. Miles Morales, I didn't care as much for. I felt like, I don't know, like some of the side stuff didn't interest me, and I like the game. I think it's good. I just really, that first Spider-Man is amazing.
The story in Miles is good.
Yes, the story
Very good.
is good. I do like the story.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But I
I
feel
own
you,
it.
'cause,
Eventually,
yeah,
I'll get to it. I think.
Yeah, you can play Spider-Man and Miles Morales on PS4, so you should be good. Now,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is
And-
only PS5, so that one you won't be able to play.
Yeah. Maybe one day. I don't know.
Maybe one day.
Maybe
So
I'll-
here's another interesting thing that I was thinking about, and I think people didn't like it when he said it, but I think Phil Spencer was right. I don't think we're going to see these consoles drop in price. Because the Switch has not dropped in price in 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Like, that blew me away when I thought about it the other day. I was like, that thing launched at $299, right? That was the launch price? It's still $299.
Did it launch at $299?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I gotta look this up.
I can't
now.
remember either.
Switch launch price $299.99. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought there was a price cut once.
No,
Maybe like
it's-
$30.
It's still $299.
Well, what it is they made the little smaller one, right?
Well,
One
they
that
made the
doesn't dock.
OLED version too.
And
Yeah.
then
And they made the
OLED.
light.
Yeah.
The OLED
Yeah,
version's
like-
actually more expensive. It's $350.
Yeah, I knew that one was more expensive.
But yeah, the original Switch launched at $299. It's never went down in price in 6 years, and I don't think PS5 and Series X are going to drop either.
Probably not.
Which is
Probably
crazy.
not.
Price drops on consoles have been like a thing since the beginning of time. Like they always go down in
Yeah.
price after like 2 or 3 years. Then we get like that first price cut. It's like, oh, PlayStation 3 is now $299 or whatever.
Yep, usually.
And COVID ruined all that, boss.
Yeah.
Well, and they decided instead of doing price cuts on their existing hardware that they would revamp the hardware and sell it at the same price.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's replaced the price cuts. It isn't the fact that the systems don't drop in price. It's the fact that midway through the gen, instead of dropping price, they released a new revamped system with better innards to convince people to continue or buy again at the same price.
Do you think that happens this time? Do you think we get pros?
Yeah. They've already said, haven't they?
I do, because I think that's the new strategy.
Microsoft keeps saying they're not doing it, and from those leaked documents, it doesn't look like they are.
There wasn't anything in those leaked documents, but those leaked documents are also from 2020. So
Sure, but I mean, at this point,
That
at
doesn't really mean
2020, you would have been planning that.
depends, but yeah.
I don't know, like the rumor's been that Sony's been doing a Pro, but like, do we need it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
But
we do.
need isn't really the question.
I mean, we needed
Right.
it last gen. Those consoles last gen were very underpowered. Like we
Mhm.
needed it then, but like this time, I just don't.
What's funny is the system that could have used one, the Switch, didn't end up getting one for anything except the screen.
What are you talking about, Ryan? Nintendo insiders told me for 3 years that we were getting Switch Pro.
Yeah, well, they were wrong.
I mean,
How
if the
are-
next gen system is going to be the Switch Pro, then sure.
Yeah, but it won't be the Pro. It'll just be the new system, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But
It's crazy to me that the Switch is 6 years old at this point, and it's still kicking everybody's ass. This is wild.
it's Nintendo, man.
Yep.
Goes to show you Nintendo is it's in a league of their own, man. And PlayStation and Xbox fanboys are fighting for second place. Y'all are brilliant. Keep going at
Correct.
it. Anyway.
Yep.
Well, last thing, a source said Hyenas was Sega's biggest budget game to date. It was a rough time because of bad leadership and engine change mid-development and trying to break into a saturated market. Neil Blomkamp gave feedback to the direction, switched from premium price to free to play, and as we all know, Hyenas is dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
It is dead.
And finally, the French police have detained multiple former Ubisoft employees, including ex-chief creative officer Serge Hasquet, and questioned them about sexual misconduct at Ubisoft.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Well,
they had an investigation going on for a while too, right? Like a year and some change or something. I think I vaguely recall. I'm glad they caught them sons of bitches. Good job.
Gotcha, bitch.
Exactly. I didn't have the thing pulled up, or I would have played the Gotcha Bitch. But
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's been so I saw this quote on Twitter the other day, and it rings really true. It's been a great year for video games and a bad year for video game developers.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Man.
So I don't know. So many great games to play, and all these. There you go. All these great games to play. So many people losing their jobs. So many shitty people out there doing shitty things. It's just, I don't get it, man. Just enjoy the games. Okay.
Exactly.
What up, Duck? It's all about the duck. Oh, anyway, that's all I got. Nobody has anything else. You can follow us on...
How do you feed blood to Grandpa?
Oh, I miss him. He's doing well, so hopefully he'll be back at some point. But anyway, if you can follow us on Twix. We'll call it Twix. I don't think most of us tweet very much, to be perfectly honest with you.
Anymore.
Nope. Not anymore.
That is the theme song for Twitter right now. 100%.
Yeah, it is.
I fucking hate that place.
Hey, I saw some news that maybe like the people that loaned him the money are about to take it back, so
Yeah, I saw that.
maybe it gets redeemed. Like everybody
Who
keeps
knows?
trying these other services and they just like fart in the wind. So.
Because there's nobody there.
I
That's
know.
the problem. Everybody goes there and makes an account and then doesn't stay.
It doesn't post.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
back to Twix.
Except
Like,
that one
that's
guy. Except that one guy that's like his whole community is built on fucking. What was that first one?
Blue Sky.
Not Blue Sky. What was the first one?
Hive.
No, not Hive. The one that's confusing.
Mastodon.
Mastodon. Yeah, there's
Mastodon.
some dude out there who his whole community is on Mastodon. He's got fucking
Mastodon
40
sucks.
Mastodon servers. Yeah, what happened to Hive? Like, is it still going?
I don't know.
I don't know. I had it set up too. I have no idea.
Yeah, I was on Hive for like a weekend, and then, like same thing with Blue Sky. I was on it for like a weekend. Remember when Instagram made theirs, the Facebook one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That crashed and burned.
Yeah, that one died real quick.
Bruh.
So yeah, we're still on Twitter. I mean, you can follow us, I guess. Nobody tweeted at us, so I guess nobody's on Twitter.
Nobody's there, man.
But shoot us an email, podcast at ztgd.com. Shoot us a Twix at ZTGD Podcast on Twixer. Phoenix Down, how many episodes you're in 2 episodes into Pillars of Eternity, right?
Yeah, we're going to try and get one. I'm going to the beach.
He's
this
going to
week.
the beach. Are you going with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funny Jello?
No.
Annette.
But we're possibly going to try and record tomorrow before I leave. So we'll see. We may have one this week.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Nice.
I don't have anything else, so I guess we'll get out of here.
Fatality.
Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.